Yeah, hello everybody, and welcome back to Balarke Farms, Calmsden. So, it's still August, and we've got some oats to harvest. So we're going to go straight over to the oat field. We're going to start harvesting our oats. We will be baling them, and we do have the hay to get baled as well today. So, it would be nice to get all of the baling done. We'd also like to get possibly this big field cultivated, ready to go. The oat field cultivated, ready to go. But it'll all depend on how we get on today and what we get up to. So first things first, we do need to get this field done. I'm going to try and do it as neatly as possible so we have less swaths to pick up. We also would like to get that sugar mill factory. So, not sugar mill, the spinnery. That is in the back of my mind of one of the things that I would really like to get, just because that fabric is worth so much money compared to sheep's wool. I mean, sheep's wool is nothing to be sniffed at. It's a fairly decent price, but it would just be ever so much sweeter to get it turned into fabrics. So while I'm here, I just thought I might as well get this guy doing a bit of lime spreading for us. We'll get the field back to the yard. We'll leave that bit. Hopefully the liquid lime, the liquid fertilizer will just do that last little bit. We've managed to cover the majority of the field. We've got the digest sat obviously down at the bio plant, so we can go dig into that if we need to. I did notice this field has been harvested now. We was on about buying that at one stage, but I'm glad we didn't, because it's a big old field and it took a long time to do the field over there, which is half the size of this field. We would definitely need 2 combines if we were to buy anything that big at the moment. I have put some more corn headers on, so we will have a look in a minute to see if they're in our time period, how much money they are, because I would sooner rather buy that than the spinnery at the moment, because it would help make the harvest a lot quicker and more enjoyable. Well, I say enjoyable. It's enjoyable. It just long time for you guys to watch me going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And obviously in field 33, we've got the sunflowers, which is a fairly big field, and we've only got the 6-metre header at the moment. So it would be nice to get a 9 or a 12. I think we've got a 9-metre normal header at the moment. So, yeah, puts into perspective how long it'll take. So if we go down to corn headers, see they've got no date on them. Oh, that one has. That's 17. But these are different packs. So I would have to Google that. Doesn't look overly new, does it? Similar sort of style, so we'll have to Google that model number. I did find this the other day, which I will not use on this, but how cool is that? A little John Deere combine. Now it's a 1974. It literally 50 horsepower, holds a 1800 litres. That's a pretty cool little combine. Not something I'd want to be harvesting big with, because I think the header itself is, what is it, 2 metres. Yeah, wouldn't be fun. Well, I say it's not fun, is it? It just would take an absolute age to do. So let's get this header on. And let's start this oat field. It's not a bad size, this oat field, so shouldn't take too long. It is our new field. This is the first crop we've had in it. And we're chopping. We don't want to be chopping. We want to be strawing. There we go. Now we're putting a swath down. We will be coming along here very shortly with the baler, and we will get this all baled up, ready to put into the cows. I say we've got that there ready to go as well, and then we've got all of these fields to cultivate and get ready for the next crop, which I don't know what to do yet. I haven't worked out my crop rotation. We've got this sugar beet still to harvest this year. We've got sunflowers to harvest, and we've got soybeans to harvest. Don't think we put any corn in this year. Can't remember. So that's our oat field. That's our soybean field. Obviously we got, that was the new field we bought, but it's got sugar beet in it. Sugar beet. And I think that's sunflowers, yeah. So we've got no corn this year. Obviously now that's done. That's done. That's done. No, we've just re-drilled that. So plenty of harvesting still to be done in the coming months, and plenty of cultivating to do. So we probably won't. We might do some corn next year. But I think we'll be more on sorghum, because sorghum and oats, because we're turning them into flour. We did work out the last time that oats are worth more than sorghum, so we might keep the oats back to sell and use the sorghum in the mill to make flour. Could get a bakery, make bread, but in terms of spending, we kind of want the spinnery first, just because that we can make a lot of money with. We're getting like £15,000 per pallet of that. It would pay itself back very quickly. We just need, to be fair, I never even looked up how much a proper spinnery will cost. We do actually need to have a look and see what a spinnery would cost us. So we'll just get to the end of the field and we will have a look, because I thought it'd be about £240,000. It'd be worth double checking that fact just to make sure it is what it's going to cost and it's not more or less, because if it's less, let's get it built while we've got some wool set. Well, I don't think we've got an overall lot of wool sat there, because I think I sold most of it, but we could get it sold and we can get any wool into it and get it going, sort of thing, which would make a lot of sense. So let's get that. We'll do the headlands first. I'm sure we'll get full very quickly. So let's just have a quick look to see what spinnery is going to cost us. Where is the old spinnery? Oh, so it is only £180,000. So we can actually afford it with £6,000 left. Says there's not enough money, so I'm guessing there's a bit of ground problems. But what we can do is we're going to sell that. I thought we had sold that. And I want to sell that chicken coop, but I do need to sell the chickens out of it. So we could go and do that. I wonder if that's... would that sit in there? It would be beautiful if it would. If I could just get it sat like that. Let's just teleport over there. I know we've started our harvest, but I did not realise these were so cheap. Well, I say cheap. £180,000 is not cheap. But it's better than what I was expecting it to be. So there's one fabric pallet, which we will be keeping there until April next year. Now we can get rid of some of these trees if we want to. Don't think we... can we do it on this one? No. So we might be able to... let's just get ourselves out of the way. It'd be nice if it fit there, because it's not far to drag all the bales. It doesn't... I don't know why it's saying it's overlaps. Is it that tree, do you reckon? Do we need to chop that tree down? It would just be perfect if it would sit there. While we're here, let's go empty this chicken enclosure down here. This is the one that we are going to sadly get rid of. but I don't think these hold that many 30 chickens. Yeah, they're not a great deal. They do produce, just not that fast, so we should get some money back for that. £121. Don't spend that all at once. We should be able to sell that now for £4,000. That frees up this. Tempted to sell the other one as well. In fact, I think I will. They were our starter chickens. I've just left them there because they do a pallet a year. But the big one sort of does a lot more pallets, so worth a lot more money to us. And I would like to build a proper big chicken shed at some point. So that's freed that up for us. Got some room, so the spinnery could go down here. We're going to have to get rid of this pallet out of the way. The only trouble with this field is the ground is shocking. And it is on a massive hill, so everything just sort of sits awful. Now, yes, we can get the spinnery. Don't want it too close to that. Wonder if we can get it a bit more of an angle. Just there then. So that's pretty much all of our money spent. But I honestly did not realise we was going to be able to afford that soon. So I'm not going to spend too much time on doing it up nicely. I will save some money now. We have got all of this to sell as well, so it's not the end of the world. But now that gives us an outlet. I'm going to fill it up now because I'm going to get it going. Gives us an outlet for our wool now, so we can start making this wool into fabric, and hopefully we can make it a lot faster than that little thing. I will check the recipe in a second as well and see how many wool pallets we need. And if this works really well, we could always get another sheep barn. Probably not in this field. We'll buy another bit of land somewhere because this field is starting to get kind of full. Right, let's get this on. So what the recipe is, it's 3 wool to 1 fabric, which is not too bad really. We'll get that activated. It takes 45,000 litres. We can put cotton in it, but our biggest trouble is we've got no cotton harvesting equipment. Not from this time period anyway. So that is a little bit annoying, because if we did, I probably would do a bit of cotton. We had cotton in this field, and then we could fill it up and make a lot of fabric, which we could sell for some decent money. Right, well, I'm very happy that we managed to do that. It has left us with only £35,000 in the bank, but I'm not foreseeing spending too much at the moment. And by that point, we can sell our dairy products. And as soon as we've got that sugar, or when we've got the sugar beet into sugar, we will be making strawberry milk, which will make us a fair few squid. But for now, let's get cracked on and let's get this oat harvest started and done. I'll see you when we've got the first trailer load. Right, so we've got our first trailer full off the field. So it's not yielding, well, it's yielding quite well, to be fair. Surprised how little we've got off it, but it's not an overly big field. So we've got 35,000 litres here, another 5,000 in the combine, and we're probably over halfway across it now. So we're a good way through the old harvest, but we have got 35,000 litres in, so we're going to dump it into the silo. Like I say, I think we'll be moving a load 20,000 litres or one tank over to the mill, and then what I'll do is I'll take the sunflowers over there as well, and we'll get the bits we've got in storage turning into sunflower oil while we're waiting for our other field of sunflower to be ready and turning that into sunflower oil. And then we'll have lots and lots of products down there to be sold in December. And obviously the oil will be waiting until it will, yeah, I think what flour is good in December, isn't it? Or January, it's one of the two. We'll have a look in a second when we get this last trailer. There we go. So let's have a look at flour prices. It's flour, somewhere here. It says December, so you get £2,448. Now the sorghum itself is worth £2,382. So you can get a little bit more out of it. It's not a great deal. What's the recipe? Oh, you do get more flour though, so 15 sorghum to 18 flour. So in theory we are going to get more of product out of the end of it. So in that respect, definitely worth doing. Now, we should be able to shunt this lorry around here, he says as he crashes into everything. Now, I know Jay Lloyd keeps saying, can I do an episode without crashing a vehicle? The answer is just simply no. Sometimes it's not so much as me that crashes as it is the game that crashes. Sometimes it is me. Sometimes the steering just doesn't respond fast enough. So I turn and it doesn't turn the steering on the game, and then all of a sudden it will turn it, but by that point I've already crashed and you go, you're a muppet. I know. Good trying, I'm trying. But yeah, we are, we'll get this combine emptied and we'll carry on. We'll say we've just got that last little bit there. I think we're well over halfway now, so not too much longer. And then we'll move one half of the trailer of sorghum down to the mill, and we'll move one half sunflower down to the mill, and we can get that activated and get all of them running. But for now, I'll jump back in the combine and we'll carry on. Right, so we've got the last of the oats in, 29,856 litres. Didn't quite hit the 70,000 100,000 litres in total, but we're a good 65,000 litres. We're just shy of, I would imagine. So not too shabby at all, really. And come December, we should be able to make good £180,000 off the oats by selling them directly. So we're going to get these tipped into our silo now, and then we're going to fill the first compartment up with some sorghum, and then we'll fill the rear compartment up with some sunflowers, and we will get that both over to the mill, and then we can get that processing. So just a little job of getting it in. This is, like I say, this is the trouble with having this underneath tipping system opposed to having it at the back door or something. Never actually had a look to see if there was any different types of trailers, bit bigger, old, 2020, 2016. Don't feel like there is going to be honest. They're nice. 2015, they're a bit modern. T-lorry. 2020. Yeah, no. Nothing of our age. It's a pretty cool trailer. You chip in one and you can pretty much make the capacity silly. And then you can just have a chipper and blow into it all day long. Right. Let's get that front compartment emptied. And we can get it refilled up. And we'll get a subtotal, and then we'll get those other bits over to the mill, and then we can start the massive baling sesh, because it's going to take some time to get those fields baled up, I reckon. So let's get under the spout. About halfway up the trailers usually jumps out of gear sometimes. Right, so we don't want the wheat, we don't want the barley, we don't want the oat. Oh, there we go, the subtotal. 64,856 litres of oats. So we've got 144,000 litres of sorghum. So we will just take a little bit to start with. See how the mill gets on. And if it gets through it, we'll put some more into it later on. So in the back trailer, we are going to take the rest of the sunflowers and get them going while we're waiting on our crop to be ready, because we might as well get as many sunflower pallets as possible. Now this is the advantage of having the split trailer, where you can carry two crops at once and you don't have to make two separate trips. It does make it a little bit easier. Just showing the capacity is just not a little bit more, really. If it was a 50,000 litre trailer, it would be great, but then again, I don't think our lorry would like it too much, because it already doesn't like this hill. As you can see, I'm flat out on that 987. And we're down to 3, but I think that's because the gear changes are so poor in this game. If I manually take over, I can usually get it up that hill a lot better. Go use my flappy paddles, I can take over and sort of pick the gear it needs to be in, opposed to it going, oh, I want to be in this gear, and then slowing itself right down. So we're going to drop the sorghum first. So what we do need to do, let's go on here. At the moment we've got canola activated, because we've got plenty of canola in there. And we're going to do sorghum flour and sunflower oil. So that should keep that mill fairly active for the next few months. And have we got anything? Just these 3. That's our canola oil. That will be going in November, so we will keep them separate down each side if we can, so we don't get too mixed up. Now this is our only chicken house. We've got to keep all the eggs up here. Like I say, if we get a chance, we'll buy another field and we'll get a bigger chicken coop again. And then I'm hoping we get to use the sugar mill at some point very soon. Be very nice. And we've got the spinnery now going. So we are on, I don't think this one gives you a little window. So we've done 29 litres and we're on half time, so it's not too bad. What will we be? We've been doing it for an hour and 12 minutes now, so in game time it's probably only been half an hour. But we're not too worried about the time now because we can bale in the rain. In real life it's not ideal, I must admit. Just got to fight with my stick for a second here. There we go. Yeah, in real life you wouldn't bale in the rain, but the game does let you do it. So it's not the end of the world, but we just didn't want to stop harvesting. 2 real big fields. It's taken good 40 odd minutes, 45 minutes to do the oat field, and it took a good hour and a half to do the sorghum field. So about 2 hours in total of harvesting. So yeah, we didn't want to be getting any rain and slowing that process down, because if it rained next month we would be screwed really, because we we'd just have to bring it in wet. So while we got a bit of dryness, slow the time down, get it all in, and then it's perfect for us. So just going to chuck the lorry back in the yard for the time being. We will need the low loader very soon to get some of these bits sold. For now it might as well sit back in its little shed in case it rains. Now I could go grab the quad track, because while we're doing this in August, because we're going to have to pick the bales up and all of that jazz, this could be cultivating the sorghum field and getting that ready, and then we could be lime spreading it, and then it can cultivate the oat field once we've done that. But obviously there's quite a lot to get off there. It's going to take us some time to get it baled, let alone picked up, and then we will have to cultivate it, lime spread it, because I would imagine the pH is bad. I can't remember if I forgot or actually did that one, but I know this field here will want some lime spreading on it too. So I'll go get this fat quad track set up on the cultivator, get him off on his way, and then we will jump on the baler and we'll try and bale. I'll try and remember to reset the counter, and then we can get a picture of how many bales we get off that field. Right, that is our straw harvest. Well, straw baling all done. So it has started to rain, so I'm just going to go nip and bale the hay, and then we can worry about collecting all the bales up later on. But I thought we'd best get some collected up. I think the cows might even need some of the hay, so we'll just double check. So I can't remember what position we're at with them. I think we've got plenty of straw. So yeah, they could do with some more. They're not desperate. Got plenty of straw so at the moment, but we've definitely got... How many bales did we get? So we was on 45. So we got basically 39 straw bales in that field. So plenty of straw to be coming. Straw there. Annoyingly, this is coming out as... it's changed over to hay. I was going to say annoyingly it was going to be a straw bale, but it has changed over, so that is even better. Would have liked to got some fertilizer on this hay field and some lime spread on it as well before it grows again, so we can make sure it's doing the best it can possibly be. So we'll quickly run around here. It shouldn't take too long to get this all buttoned up. It's not the biggest field. It's not like that field over there. You can see how many bales we've got to collect up. It's going to take some time of collecting bales, that is, I reckon. But at least it's done, and we've got plenty of straw for our cows for the coming year. That should keep them quite satisfied until the end of the year. But yeah, let me quickly crack on, and then we'll see how many hay bales we get out of this field. Right, that is the hay all baled up, so we're just going to quickly go grab a couple of bales because keep these cows fed up. Like to keep their enclosure at 100% if we can. I think, what did we get? Wasn't that great, to be honest. I think it's only the 4 bales we got of hay, so after all that work we did, I don't think there was much change, which is a bit annoying. So I don't know if it's because we haven't cut the new bits or I didn't quite get the lime right, but I did roll it, I did spread lime on it, and I did fertilise it, so a bit upsetting really. I was expecting a much bigger yield out of it, but hey ho, let's get these 4 bales taken to the yard. They are big bales, they're 8,000 litres. And we can feed the cows. I think the sheep have got plenty at the moment. And this rain is setting for the August. So the cows won't mind a bit of wet hay. But that keeps their trough nice and full. I mean, to be fair, we could make total mixed rations if we really wanted to, but we don't have enough grass, I don't think, to do that. We want probably this again, if not twice this again. So we can do hay and silage. We'd have the straw, but yeah, it'd take a bit of doing, to be fair. And the cows are running all right on the hay. It's not like they're not producing well because they're on hay. There we go. Let's pull. Oh, let's get that one in. There we go. Let's take these 2 over, and then that leaves this field nice and clear. We can get the Reno set up on spreading it with some lime. Just slow down for this bit because it is really bumpy. Where the slurry pit is, it's, yeah, ground ain't great. But yeah, at least that's them fed up for until we can get the next load of bales off it. So let's get this pulled up back inside. Take this across to our grass field, and then I think we're going to call that it, guys. So we've done quite a lot. I know it doesn't feel like it, but we have managed to get that oats field harvested, baled, and we've got the hay finally baled. We've managed to get the bits into our factory. We've bought the spinnery, which I honestly didn't think we was going to afford, but we have managed to buy it, and we've got that filled up. We have had to say bye to 60 chickens, but it was all to make room for our bigger, better productions. So, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, please do leave them below. And if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, you'll get a notification of our next video. I'll see you there. Bye for now.